button. We are recording this. Good evening, Corona Daze Professional Development Group. I am Danette Edwards, the founder of Corona Daze Professional Development Group. And this evening, I am honored to be here with Jacob Levy. He is going to lead a presentation tonight, how to go on the offense with your job search, all right? This is going to particularly focus on LinkedIn optimization, and some things that we can do on LinkedIn to untap the hidden job market and make ourselves a lot more marketable. And let me just tell you a little about Jacob. Jacob is an educator. He is a disability advocate, career coach, and wears a few other creative hats. When it comes to job searching, he helps job seekers identify opportunities outside of their network by utilizing the LinkedIn algorithm. Jacob also helps job seekers to go on the offense by strategizing with original content creation and showing your subject matter expertise in your given field. I am going to immediately turn it over to Jacob. I am also going to say, Jacob, if there's anything else you'd like to tell us about yourself, please do before you begin this presentation. I'm going to mute myself and stop my video. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you so much, Danette. I really appreciate the opportunity to share my thoughts on job seeking. So all right, let's just get right into it. So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm sure everybody has seen this lovely screen. So a few things I just want to talk about from a high level, and then we'll get deep into it. So job seeking, okay, it's like the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? I see job seeking as a game, okay? And with a game, you have offense and defense. The problem is, what I'm seeing is that a majority of job seekers stay on defense. And what do I mean by that? Well, defense is like you apply to 50 jobs a day, you know, you have your spreadsheet, you keep track of all the companies, things like that. But the problem with that is now you're playing the waiting game, okay? And it also kind of reminds me of like, if you're dating, you're waiting for a response. And, you know, the waiting game is where you get that stress and anxiety because you're just sitting there. And, you know, you could be applying to resume, job boards, websites, things like that, but you're still waiting, right? Another reason I have a problem with applying is once you press submit on a website or a job board, automatically your resume leaves human hands, i.e. your own, and it goes into artificial intelligence. In my opinion, that's ironically not very intelligent because you can't show your value by pressing submit on a job board or a website. All that's happening on the back end, in my opinion, especially with large companies, your resume goes through an ATS or an applicant tracking system, okay? And it's really just scanning for keywords. And yes, there's plenty of people that say, you know, I know how to beat the system and blah, 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 but you still are not showing your actual value, your hustle, your initiative. You can't do that on a job board, right? So what I'm going to show you tonight is how to make the process more H to H, I call it, or human to human. Okay, so and if you have any questions, you know, I would say feel free to send them in the chat. I'll be checking those. So first thing I want to do, I want to talk about, I mentioned it was offense and defense. Defense is important, but it is not the entire, you know, it's a small piece of the puzzle. So what do I mean about defense? I mentioned, you know, once you apply, then you're on defense, so it's not a good strategy. But in terms of the job seeker and preparation, there's also defense. So this is what I mean. So here's my wonderful profile, okay? This section right here, the about section, or I think it used to be called the summary section, is very important. Why? Because LinkedIn works like a Google search, okay? So I will show you what I'm talking about. So if I go to Google, okay? I go to Google, I type in, you know, like usually, you know, you can type in a restaurant in a city, okay? Like Pizza Hut, Chicago, something like that, okay? Automatically, it's going to populate hundreds of different combinations of Pizza Hut Chicago. It's trying to guess what you're thinking, okay? That's what the algorithm does. Now, LinkedIn acts the same way, okay? This about section, most people, what they do is, you know, they tell like a story about themselves, their current experience, which is great. However, when you're seeking employment, you want to specifically insert jobs that you are targeting, not necessarily what you have done in the past or present, okay? So in a nutshell, your about section acts as an SEO tool. SEO means search engine optimization. How can I optimize or make this section, you know, really powerful? One word: keywords. It is all about keywords, because hiring managers, decision makers, internal recruiters, you know, decision makers, I like to call them, it's a broad term, all day long, they don't know, for example, if I was a job seeker, they don't know Jacob Levy. They have no idea what my first and last name is. All they know is, for example, I used to be a systems analyst. So all they type in is systems analyst Detroit. 3 words. That's all they know. And my name will pop up on their list, like number 5 or 6 on their list. And it's all based on keywords. Okay? So keywords are very important because it is how you are found on this platform. Okay? LinkedIn is comprised of, I think, over 575 million users daily. And this is worldwide. And a portion of them are decision makers. They scour LinkedIn all day long. They're going on offense looking for you, the job seeker, okay? And again, they're searching by keywords. They're searching by job title, by city, by hard skills, okay? Like any software you utilize, applications you've used, things like that. But I'm going to show you how to flip the script and search for decision makers, okay? It's sort of a different ballgame. Okay, so couple things I want to point out, okay? And LinkedIn, in my opinion, is kind of deceptive. This pretty little icon right here, the job section, it's, in my opinion, it's a glorified job board, okay? I'm not saying you can't do it, like don't do something. This is just my 2 cents on the matter, because I've tested, and I have yielded better results, okay? So the problem with this, you know, there's all these jobs here, blah, blah, blah. These companies, for example, Amazon, pay a pretty penny every month to LinkedIn for ad space. Okay, so it's paying LinkedIn, this platform, to advertise for this job, okay, learning coordinator in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Okay, the problem is when you go to it, you know, it'll say, at least on the mobile version, it'll say, you know, posted a week ago, you know, 34 people applied, something like that. Okay, see, yeah, 127 applicants. Well, that's great. The problem was it might have been posted 2 weeks ago, but the job might have been filled yesterday. Okay, you, the job seeker, will never know that because every company, in my opinion, pays for ad space. So for example, they pay for 30 days of ad space. The job was posted 2 weeks ago, yet they found a person to fill the spot yesterday. So this is why I am not a fan of this section, job boards, websites, etc. It is not immediate. Okay, even though the internet, yes, can be very immediate, job boards are not immediate. Okay, I see we have a couple more people joining. Awesome. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, you know, you can feel free to contact me on LinkedIn or on this platform. I'm here to answer any questions. I'm here to help. One of my mantras, and I'll explain it in here, is that giving is greater than taking or asking. Okay, giving is greater than taking or asking. And I'm going to show you what I mean when it applies to job seeking as well. So let's just take a random job title. Okay, the reason why is because I want to show you how powerful keywords are. Okay, so I'll just take a random job title in a random city. Okay, so we have, I'm going to do HR generalist Chicago. Okay, you can, now keep in mind, you can do this for any position you want. Okay, in any city you want. I suggest to use big cities. Okay, don't use like tiny neighboring cities, because you want to go macro to micro. You want to yield a lot of results and then narrow down your search. Okay, so I'm going to do HR generalist Chicago. Now, if you see here, it says see all results. What that means, and I'll back up just a little bit. You see how it already knows what I'm thinking? Just like a Google search, HR generalist. So now they're thinking, oh, did you mean a company? Did you mean this person who's an HR generalist? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Keywords are king/queen on LinkedIn. Okay. Keywords rule all on LinkedIn. And I'll go even deeper. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to add a city, Chicago. Okay. It says see all results. What does that mean? Now LinkedIn's confused. It doesn't actually know what I want, because I kind of like hacked the algorithm. Now I added not just a city, I'm sorry, not just a job title, but also a city. So let's see what happens. When you press search, whoa, look at that, 15,000 results. Now, what I'm thinking to myself is, I don't even have 15,000 people, connections in my network. I have like 3,000. I don't have anywhere near 15K. So this is what is happening. LinkedIn is confused. It doesn't actually know what I want. It's asking, do you want a person with a job title of HR generalist? Or do you want people in Chicago? Or do you want companies that are advertising for HR generalist jobs? In other words, it has no idea what I want, which this is a gold mine, because automatically, see, look, second connection, second connection, second connection. These people are not in my network. Okay, so the wheels should start turning right now, because automatically I am outside of my network. And leaving your network is where the opportunity lies. I'll say it again. Leaving your network is where the opportunity lies. When you go to a job board or a website, there are thousands and thousands of people applying to one job. So that's why it's not a smart strategy. Okay, you can do whatever you want, make your resume all pretty and ATS compliant and all that stuff. You're still just pressing submit. Okay, a piece of paper doesn't necessarily show your worth, your value, your hustle. Okay, it shows your experience. That's great, and your accomplishments and all that stuff. But it doesn't show, like, you can't tell a story on your resume. It doesn't tell a story. It tells bullet points from a portion of your experience. Okay, LinkedIn is where you show your hustle. Okay, your value added efforts. So I'm going to show you. Okay, so we have job title and city. Now I'm going to press content. When I press content, it is going to filter these 15,000 results. Oops, 15,000 results simply by these three keywords that are in any flat job post, or I'm sorry, just flat post on LinkedIn. When I say flat post, I mean just words. Okay, they can have a picture in there or maybe a video, but it's really just scanning for, again, keywords. Okay, so let's take a look. We have 15,000 results. Okay, so the first one that pops up, now you're going to get plenty of stuff that you don't care about, because, you know, people are going to be saying, hey, I just got a job as an HR generalist in Chicago, or I just graduated, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. You have 500 million users on LinkedIn, so that's going to happen. What you want to do is you want to scroll down for opportunities that say, hey, we're hiring for an HR generalist in Chicago, or something to that effect. And also another thing is, you want to look for decision makers. And when I say decision makers, I mean like a decision-making entity. human resources, talent acquisitions, managers, directors, any sort of like executive type person. And the beauty is they don't have to be in your network, okay? And I will prove it to you. So let's take a look. You keep scrolling down. Look at this. She's an HR manager, Melanie Mraz, okay? Again, she's my third connection. I am not connected to her, okay? So look at this. They're seeking candidates for an HR generalist role. Well, you look at that. Well, I typed in HR generalist Chicago. Here's HR generalist. HR generalist, and here is Chicago. Lo and behold, a brand new opportunity that you probably won't see on a job board. And to prove it to you, here's why. This job was this post was from 8 hours ago. It is brand new. Okay? So I just wanted to show you a very different way to go on offense. Okay? This has nothing to do with having a fancy premium account. I mean, I have a premium account because I'm a career coach, but like, you don't need a premium account to do this. What you do need is a fresh perspective. Okay? No job boards. Okay? No saying, you know, my name's Jacob. I need a job. Here's my resume. Because that's taking or asking for something. Okay? And this brings me to my next point. Instead of doing that, you want to give to this post or any of these posts that you see for opportunities. So this is what I mean by it, and I'll show you in just a moment, okay? To give to a post, I have this thing called a three-point shot, okay, like in basketball, okay? So the first thing you want to do is, you know, mention your interest in the position and 1 or 2 bullet points about the job responsibilities in which you can do, okay? If a position is not posted, then that's fine. Pick 2 generic job responsibilities in which you can do. So an HR generalist, you can go to any job board or even your resume and look, just pull out 2 generic job responsibilities. So if you take a look here, look, they have the job responsibilities right in here. Looking for someone with experience utilizing UltraPro, which is a software for HR, okay? And looks like they only have 1 requirement. I would actually go above and beyond because there's going to be plenty of applicants. I would list another generic job responsibility of an HR generalist. It can be from your resume. It can be from a job board of any HR generalist role because they want to see that you did your research, right? List the jargon of an HR generalist. Pretty straightforward, okay? You can literally go to any job board or even go to Google and type in HR generalist, okay? So that's bullet point number 1. You would say, hey, Melanie, this HR role looks really interesting. I definitely have experience doing A and B. And again, A and B is just 2 bullet points from the job responsibility. So look what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to go in the comment and I'm going to go, hi, Melanie. This HR generalist role looks really interesting. Okay. I have experience doing A and B. Now, A and B, again, is 2 just job responsibilities, either from the post or generic runs from your resume or a job board. Again, you want to put in that jargon that an HR manager recognizes. Hint, hint, keywords. Keywords are everything on this platform, okay? Next. Now, like I said, this is part of a 3-point shot. That's point number 1. Point number 2, this is where you add your value to the post, okay? Do not wait 30, 60, 90 days for a mere phone screening to do this. Everybody in an interview, obviously, they want to add their value. You know, I did my research on the company, blah, blah, blah. Well, why wait for a phone screening if you have an HR manager right in front of you, right? You have decision makers all over LinkedIn. They're looking immediately. Time is money. So add your value right here. How do you do that? Simple. You have this wonderful thing called the internet and Google. So she works, you can even go into her profile and, you know, see where she works, but it says it right here, Central Division. Okay, I'll even go into her profile. It's called Central Division in Illinois. So I would open up another tab. Okay, I go like this, Google Central Division, Chicago, Illinois. Okay, simple research. Okay, and to prove it to you, I mean, it took 0.99 seconds. Okay, you have a couple of options. If it's not going to pop up right away, you can go back, Central Division. I want to see what it's actually called. Okay, so she works at, it looks like PSAV. Yeah, okay. So she works at a place called PSAV, it looks like. So I'm going to look at that. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm just going to go PSAV Illinois. Okay. Now, all we're doing is we're looking for anything newsworthy about the company. That's bullet point number 2, to add your value to this post. So you can click on the news icon. It will sweep the entire internet of anything newsworthy about this company through the entire world. I mean, it looks like they may just be in Illinois, but still, see here, names Becky Sheehan, Chief Financial Officer, okay? Anything newsworthy. Let's see, acquires Eclipse. So look, they're actually in the news, okay? This was from last year, but here's from March of this year, okay? My point is you're doing your research, okay? So I would, let's see, you can literally go to any one of these and I would literally do some research, okay? Look, PSAV names Becky Sheehan, Chief Financial Officer, okay? The only way that you would know this is doing your research. You want to show a decision maker that you've already done your research, okay? So you can literally go back. What I like to do is I could literally copy paste this, okay? Another option, because you're not always going to find every company via Google News search, simple solution, go back, PSAV, I think this is the company. All you do is you go to the website, okay? I hope this is the website. And what you really want to do is you go to their About section. The About section is loaded with information about the company, okay? Like right here. Also, decision makers love quantitative data. Anything with numbers, data, we're in 37 countries around the world. We started in 1937. Oh, I didn't know you guys, here's their story, okay? So you can literally say, wow, I didn't know you guys opened in, 1937, see, 1937, okay? And you have a global footprint in over, X amount of countries with 50 plus production branches. Quantitative data, in other words, numbers, okay? These are the different countries that they're in, 50 plus production branches, okay? This is data. And if you think about it, you kind of say the same thing in an interview, right? You do your research on the company. But again, do it here, okay? I think I just lost it. Let me go back to it real quick. Hold on one second. HR Generalist, Chicago, okay? Content, and click on the content button. This is how you sift through post and get outside your network. So we're gonna go back to the comment, and you would express your interest in the HR generalist role, okay? And you mentioned I have experience with A and B, okay, like I mentioned before. Next thing is you can say, I was doing some research and I noticed PSAV started in 1937. Wow, it's been around for a hot minute. Okay, and you exist in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like over 5 locations around the world with 50 plus production branches. Okay, that's research. Like, you can't just pull that out of a hat, right? It is verifiable, measurable research. Okay, and hopefully the HR manager knows that. I mean, she's a manager, she should know, you know, the history of the company. Okay, so that's research. The next thing you do is simple. You would say this: I would be interested in discussing current opportunities. Now, this one's not the greatest example because it was posted 8 hours ago, so it's pretty current. Okay. However, you always want to say current opportunities because there is always, always, always opportunities never posted to the general public. And if you think about why, well, there's 2 reasons, in my opinion. It's cheaper to hire internally because all an HR manager has to do is send it to 500 employees with a single click of an email. They get a handful of applicants, they interview in a week, and they're done. Okay. Also, it is cheaper because then they don't have to pay for ad space on, for example, LinkedIn or Indeed or Monster or Career Builder. They spend boatloads of money on ad space. Okay. So it's a lot cheaper and faster, okay, to hire internally. I'm going to stress it again, you always want to ask about current opportunities. There could be 7 opportunities that you don't know about. You're just applying for one. But if you ask, they'll be like, you know, you may not be the best fit for this HR generalist role. However, based on your experience and our current discussion, so you want to opt for a discussion. That's key. Okay. They might say, you know, we have this other role in this other department that we know about that you might be a perfect fit. Okay. So always ask about current opportunities. Okay. So that is the first part of going on offense. It is a lot. Okay. This took me a very long time to figure out how to do. And this took me a while. This took, you know, more than one bout of unemployment. Okay. This wasn't just some like magic key I found. I had to hustle and figure this out by myself. There is no class. I mean, I teach a class how to do this, but there was never any like LinkedIn training. It was always just set up your profile, make it look pretty, but that's just defense. That is not a strategy because that's just sitting in neutral. You have to go on offense. And the only way to do that is not by applying, it's by engagement on this platform. You got to engage on this platform, like especially if you're job hunting, which is 20 million plus people in the US at least. You have to engage on this platform. Like, you need to, another way to go on offense is to showcase your subject matter expertise. Okay, so how do you do that? Simple. Create posts to display your subject matter expertise. So for example, okay, if I used to be an analyst in IT, like I mentioned. Something really hot in IT right now is going from waterfall to agile methodology. Okay, waterfall and agile is just part of the software development life cycle. In other words, like how software is created, basically, and it's a number of steps. Okay, agile is like much quicker and more rapid, and it is completely transformed like the IT world. Okay, so what I would do is you could do a flat post, you know, just words, things like that. However, there are so many different ways to post content, it's ridiculous, okay? If you're not a writer, which I'm not a fan of writing either, great, do audio. If you don't want to just do audio, great, get on camera, okay? A lot of people don't like to be on camera, then stick to audio because it's just your voice, okay? You can do LinkedIn articles. They will publish your article by LinkedIn and post it like as a post. I'm not the biggest fan of LinkedIn articles only because in my experience, they're not as searchable. Okay, so again, think about how we went on offense to find decision makers. I prefer flat posts. I think they're just more visible and you get better traction, but that's just my experience. I'm not saying that any one of these is better than the other. I'm saying that you need to test the market. Like test, 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 and test again. You have to see what works for you and where your target audience is. Okay, that is very important. Okay. One more thing I wanted to say about going on offense. I don't know if this is completely relevant, but I don't know if anyone has a side hustle or multiple side hustles. I wasn't even a career coach. I started as a video editor doing like side projects. It was definitely one of my side hustles. It led to career coaching because I was doing a project for a career coach and I learned his process. He taught me how to be a career coach. And then I just eventually started doing my own thing. So side hustles are an amazing thing. Okay. You would think that it would keep you distracted from your 9-to-5 gig. I have a 9-to-5. It's furloughed at the moment. It's been furloughed since March, but I have multiple side gigs. Okay. I do video editing. I do content creation. I do career coaching. I do Amazon FBA, which is fulfillment by Amazon. Okay. There's an insane amount of side hustles in the entire world. And guess what? You can do it from anywhere in the world. Amazon FBA, you can do it from anywhere in the world. Video editing, you can do it from your phone. I started doing this just on my phone with video editing free software on your phone. Okay. I also do music production. I used to be a jazz musician, but my point is there are so many free opportunities right on LinkedIn, and I want to show you how to find them again. Okay. Was there somebody have a question? Here we go in the chat. Good
That
question.
was me. There's a
let
question?
me know if you have a side hustle. No, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful question. Let me know if you have a side hustle or if you're curious about a side hustle. I have tons of ideas, but I want to show you right now how to find side hustles on LinkedIn. Super easy.
Oh, I love it.
It's just, go ahead, Danette.
No, I was saying I love it. How to find side hustles on LinkedIn. Wait.
And how do you do it? You gotta go on offense. It's like 1,000. You're not gonna find them in job boards. I mean, even if you do, you have 1,000 people applying. Okay, you got to dig deep and go on offense. I'm going to show you how to do it. So I don't know if anyone in the chat has like, a job title that they want to go after. I can search that way. I'm just searching for generic job titles. But if someone has like a city and a job title that they want to go after, like what's the one I was helping with someone? Technical writer. Okay, or content writer. That's a very popular one, like a technical writer. How about remote? Because pretty much the whole world is remote right now. So look, now I said job title and city. So watch this. Move this. Oh, technical writer. Now, it's pulling up all the different types of technical writers. It doesn't know what I want. Do you want a company? Do you want it in people and groups and jobs? The funny thing is I don't want any of those. I want to know where the technical writer jobs are remote. Remote is a beautiful word because now it will search for everything in the entire world. Forget cities. Remote is the city, right? Because everyone's working from home or somewhere in the world. So watch this. This is the beauty of LinkedIn. 362 results, okay? You got jobs, you got people doing technical writing. That's wonderful. But for you, the job seeker, you want to hit the content button because you want to search by flat posts with anything that has to do with technical writer and remote. Also, you can also add this word. This is another beautiful word, hiring. Because most posts are going to have the word hiring. They're going to have a job title, a city, and or the word hiring. So watch this. Boom, first one. And it was posted 2 days ago. Pretty cool, huh? Now, this person, no idea who they are. They are third connection, meaning the first connection knows the second connection, which knows this person. So clearly, I have no idea who they are. Okay, if you scroll down, you're going to find an unbelievable amount of opportunity. Here's a technical writer. Nobody's commented on it. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Another technical writer, remote, anywhere in the US. Okay. There's an abundance of opportunity. It was posted yesterday. That's crazy. Okay. And if you guys are skeptical, which I understand because it's the internet, try it yourself right now. Okay. Look for the abundance. Type in your preferred job title and your preferred city. Or you could type in remote for a city, doesn't matter. Press search and then click the content button. It will blow your mind. Okay. Bitwarden is hiring. Okay. Another technical writer. It's like, it doesn't stop. Okay. What else? Do I have a side question from Facebook? I do artwork, paintings, make cards, and many other things, but don't quite know how to pull it all together for find a side hustle. Comment. Okay. Perfect. A couple options. That's a great question from Facebook. You can do Etsy. There's so many marketplaces online. Fiverr.com with 2 R's, Fiverr.com, is a massive worldwide marketplace where people post artwork, cards, graphic design, logo design, anything you could possibly think of. You put it on a worldwide marketplace. So it's like Facebook Marketplace, but it's for, designers, right? Or videographers, or just anything that is your side hustle, you can put it on there. Okay. There is a market for everything. If you think that there's not, find it on LinkedIn. Okay. And feel free to reach out to me. Like, I know a ton of sites. I can point you in the right direction, whatever you want. Okay. I want to find a side hustle. Please help. Okay. Nice broad question. So the easiest way to do it, in a nutshell, from a high level view, and I took this line from a man named Gary Vaynerchuk, or Gary V. He's a massive LinkedIn influencer, amazing guy. I would check him out on LinkedIn, Facebook. He's all over the place. Gary Vaynerchuk. He says, like, if you want to be successful, like, the best thing to do, and again, I'm quoting him, is mix passion with practicality. Okay, I'll say it again, mix passion with practicality. What that means is you want to find what you're very passionate about, what excites you. However, you need to see if the market agrees with that passion, right? The market is the market, right? I don't control the market. You don't control the market. It's the market, right? And what do I mean by that? Like, what does the market say about technical writers? Clearly there's a need for them because I keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and there's plenty of opportunity. Okay. So if you can't find something that has to do with like artwork, paintings, things like that, you have to get outside the box a little. So what do I mean by that? Take the thing you love to do and see how the market agrees with it. So I'll give you an example in my personal experience. I used to be a jazz saxophone. Okay. I loved it. I did it every day, but to be honest, it didn't pay the bills. Okay. So what did I do? I pivoted. Okay. I took the creative side of playing music, playing jazz music, and I found what the market was saying about it. And if it didn't agree, how can I pivot? So what did I do? I started doing video editing because it's my creative side, just like music, just like improvisation. I started doing career coaching because there's a lot of improvisation and there's a lot of storytelling. So is playing jazz. It's improvisation. You're telling a story. So you have to find what you're passionate about and see how the world agrees with it. Okay. I'm not saying you have to conform. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you want it to be profitable and, have it actually be a side hustle, i.e. make money, you need to see how the market agrees with it. And when I say the market, I mean this platform, Fiverr.com, Etsy.com. There's 8 million sites that are specifically for freelancers. Okay. It doesn't take a lot of work. It just takes some narrowed focus. Okay. To find like what's popular out there. Right. And it's totally possible. So yeah, like I said, if you guys want to connect with me, if you have any questions, like feel free to pick my brain. I do this stuff all the time. I enjoy helping people. I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning, but so I grew up with a learning disability since I was a kid. It was from a hemorrhage at birth, actually. So I struggled a lot with my memory retrieval. But what I did find is that I excelled with music. I could sit down at a piano and basically play any song I heard on the radio, the TV, movies, whatever. So I decided to use that as a strength. I saw it as a strength. And I started to use music, like short melodies, to help with my weak memory retrieval. So I would pair like a basic song, like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, okay, with a basic song task. So basically, I figured out how to mix any song with any task for memory retrieval. So to give you an example is like if you have to remember, I remember as a kid, I couldn't remember like nighttime routines, like brushing your teeth, for example. Well, the beauty about music is to a pattern. Okay, so like if I had to remember to brush my teeth, I would think Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, because Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star is in groups of seven syllables. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, 7 syllables. How I wonder what you are, 7 syllables. It just keeps repeating and repeating, okay? Now, how do I make that work for me? I match the song to fit the task. So if I had to remember to brush my teeth, remember to brush your teeth, 7 syllables. So that matches the song of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. So I had all these little melodies in my head. And to me, music served not as just a memory retrieval tool, it served as a life skill. Not many people can say that, okay? It's helped me with actual life skills. And at 37 years old, I still use music every single day to remember everything, okay? So my point is, you have to find your niche. You have to find your thing, okay? You can try and like go with the flow and go with what's popular. You will be miserable, okay? I will repeat that. You will be miserable. You work at this fancy company, make great money, great perks, whatever. But if you don't love it, like if you don't find to love it, I should say, like you have to learn to love your job. I'm not going to say that any job is perfect. No job is perfect. Like I'm saying it, no job's perfect, okay? But you have to find a way to like enjoy the work, right? But that's up to you. That's not up to the company, okay? We have a question here. Any new suggestion? Hold on a second. Got stuck in a position. Oh, this is a good one. Stuck in a position for executive assistant, but ready for a new challenge. In the past, I've had various positions in nonprofit program management or operations management, want a new challenge. There are so many new titles and the same responsibilities, but with new titles. Any suggestion? Okay, so I'm not going to suggest right off the bat, but you kind of mentioned it. Keywords. If you said you got stuck in an executive position, but you want a new challenge. Well, do you want the same type of role, an assistant type role, or do you want a completely different role? Okay. There are 8 million synonyms for an executive assistant. Okay. There are tons. All you have to do is go to a job board, or I'll just show you right now. Here. Even though I dislike job boards, look. Okay. Now it's pulling all the assistant managers, but what about like secretary? Okay. Or he's pulling all these other ones, or administrative assistant. That's a big one. Okay. You're going to find a lot of stuff with that. Okay. Administrative assistant, and then it's going to pull up all these other fields. Okay. So feel free to message me if you have like specific questions about that, because
Also,
like I said, yeah,
can
go
I
ahead.
say something about that one, Jacob?
Sure.
Another one, good one with that is project manager.
There we go.
Because especially for the
go ahead.
executive assistant, the executive assistant, who is usually the assistant for someone in the C-suite, is usually managing a lot of projects and oftentimes even directing people who are of a higher level than them because they are supporting that C-suite executive, Abby asked that question, and Abby, I would suggest you watch also Cherise Font's, her presentation. I don't want to take too much time from Jacob, but Jacob, what happened to her is she was an executive assistant out in Silicon Valley, and it morphed into a whole career in the HR without having formal HR training. And now she has a whole HR consultancy because she was always the go-to in the office for that. She had the trust of the C-suite startup folks. And they always pulled her in to do HR stuff and work with their general counsel. And out of that, she has a whole business for about 6 years now doing that. So project management is also one for an executive C-suite assistant. And I'm going to be quiet now.
No, I appreciate you chiming in. I totally agree. And I'll also say that, like, look, no job, like I mentioned, no job is perfect. Okay. But I will say that if you're in a big company, don't automatically leave the company. You have options. You can move laterally within the company. Okay. That means to another department. You can look internally for jobs like in your wheelhouse. Okay, just because your resume doesn't dictate the same job responsibilities doesn't mean you can't tweak your resume to fit a certain job description. You're not lying, you're just modifying your experience to fit another job title. Okay, people do it all the time because, again, I go back to the very beginning of this chat. Decision makers look for keywords, period. They look at a resume for like 6 seconds, 6, 7, 10 seconds. They just skim it, right? I see a resume as it is a very small piece of the puzzle, okay? And at the end, which is kind of sad, it becomes more of like an administrative entity. You, the job seeker, are the person that tells your story, okay? It's not your resume. You have to tell your stories of like your passion projects, your struggles, your strengths, your lessons learned. That doesn't come from a piece of paper. That comes from you, and you need to translate it onto this platform in order to be seen by 500 million people. That's how you make traction. Okay. I think I want to stop there. I think I've given more than enough valuable info. But again, if anyone has any questions, feel free to contact me. If you have questions about side hustles, going on offense, sprinkled with a little bit of defense, feel free to contact me. And Danette, you have been awesome, unbelievable host, and I'm very grateful for you reaching out to me and just having a conversation. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
I'm grateful to you as well. Can you hear me, Jacob?
Yes.
I'm grateful to you as well, just to be willing to share with us. So I have a couple little things. So I have another one from Facebook where this person says, so narrow the research. Okay, I'm so happy you have a passion for helping people. I am open to learning and receiving information. So she's happy that you have a passion for helping people. This person says, now next comment, I am so ready to go to the next level. I'm extremely passionate about creating. And then I am loving this information, using music to aid in the memory of tasks, etc. Very helpful. Guys, drop any questions if you're. I don't know why you guys in the Zoom, you guys are quiet and you have real live time with Jacob. So drop any questions or comments in the Zoom before I ask Jacob my questions.
I'm gonna just pull up that, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna pull up my music page real quick.
Perfect.
It's not like can I even get to it? Probably not. But I just want to show you, you guys mentioned side hustles. I just want to show you that like I respect the 9 to 5. I mean, I've done it for as long as I can think of. But I just want to explain that like one job does not define you. Mm-hmm. If you have passions, if you are incredibly passionate about writing books or making postcards or doing your own DIY, whatever you want, go after it. Okay? Because the future is, it's going to be a totally different ballgame, especially with this pandemic and everything's online. Like anyone can start a business. Like more or less, I would start it as a side hustle, see where it goes, see what the market says, and like start 3 side hustles, start 4, but start with 1, right? Definitely start with 1 and see what happens. Like find your fire, you know, find what like lights your soul on fire. Now that sounds cheesy, but I found, you know, something that lights me up is just helping people, right? Like, and this goes with job seeking too, like give more, you know, hustle, initiative, value, research, ask for less. Hi, my name's Jacob. Here's my resume. I need a job. Give way more than you take. Okay. And it'll come back to you tenfold. Real quick, I just wanted to show you a little side project I have. This is the modified music for students with special needs. Like I said, I grew up with a learning disability, but I figured out how to harness it and help it work for me. So now I help other people with autism, learning disabilities, ADHD, the works. So here's like my little guy over here. And it's basically like I paired Itsy Bitsy Spider with a that needed to, it was a binding Itsy Bitsy Spider with the mantra of I am so calm.
Oh, we can't hear it. We can't hear it, Jacob. We can't hear it.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
It's all, I turned up my volume. I'm not sure
Oh,
why.
it's not. Okay.
No problem. I just wanted to, because everyone was asking about side hustles. So I just wanted to show you.
Can you post it in the group, possibly?
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, you can
See,
post it in the
Jeanette,
group.
you're 10 steps ahead of me.
No, I'm
I
not.
love it. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Thank you.
Let me, oh man, how do we get this? Share. Here we go. Share.
Oh yeah, share to group. Corona Daze. Mm-hmm.
How can I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. It's funny, I don't dabble on Facebook as much as
Oh wait, it's not picking
because
us up.
this page, because I'm not in Corona
As
Days
you.
as modified music.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's okay. All right.
Well, it's all
Well,
good. I was trying to share it as like a
put it
link.
in later.
Yeah, it's all good.
So we can see it. All right. Anything else from Facebook? So someone says, Jacob, your information was so helpful. Thanks for this great content. I agree, Jacob. It is important to have several income streams. Yes, one income is too close to none. Remember that from Leanda Howard the second.
And
okay.
also,
Go ahead.
You hit it right on the head. Look, I experienced this firsthand. Like I had many bouts of unemployment. And what I realized is like, and I'm talking to all job seekers, don't rely on a single employer anymore. I'm not saying don't get a job.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying don't rely on a single source of income.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Okay. I think I was able to share it to Corona Days.
Okay, so let me see.
Oh,
let me
cool.
go to the group and I will let everyone see it there. Okay, so please, people, if you have any last questions, yes, I'm going to approve this right now so you guys can see what Jacob was talking about in the group. It is now approved.
Should I stop sharing?
You can stop sharing. I'll go ahead and show myself right now. And let me all right, so my video should be up. You guys can see me. All right, so yeah, I just want to scan really quickly to see if I have anything else from Facebook. You guys on Zoom, you're very quiet, and there are quite a few of you out there tonight, but you're quiet. If you have any questions or comments while Jacob is on before I ask him my final 3, please do. If you have any, I wish someone would have given us a job title so that you could have he could have shown you. I saw some new people jumped on before, after that. Does anyone have a job title that they'd like Jacob to just quickly go through and show you his method on LinkedIn?
I like eat, breathe, and sleep this stuff. So
yeah, he has this method where you can uncover hidden jobs. I guess not. My Zoom people are very quiet today. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna, I don't know why, but
It's all good.
it's all good. All right. So if not, everyone, I've dropped Jacob's contact information. And also anyone who registered for this webinar will receive it via email, along with Jacob's email and phone number. So have my questions. All right. Sorry, I saw something come up. I think it was just a love. I thought it might have been.
Much love. Much
I
love.
thought it might be the question. All right. So I am so happy that you came to share with us tonight, Jacob. And I just want to, I have a couple CORONA days. I can't get to my own website. What's going on here today, guys?
Uh-oh.
All right, here we go. coronadayspd.com. So I like to read our full mission. And then ask this question. So Jacob, CDPD's mission is to increase marginalized groups' access to employment opportunities and representation in the workforce by providing our members with free training, mentorship, and other resources. As you know, CDPD was created in response to record unemployment rates stemming from the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. With that said, I'd like to ask you, Jacob, have you ever been someone who was marginalized for any reason? And if so, could you tell us why?
That is a loaded question, but yes. Yeah, through multiple jobs in my career. So you know how when you're filling out a job application, the very end, it has that EEO section, employment.
Equal opportunity and
Yeah, exactly.
mm-hmm.
And there's that one section, it has like race, sex, gender, all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's that one section at the very end for disability. And I guess it was new to me. I didn't see it before. And so it always makes me think, like, it's like a double-edged sword. Like if I disclose my disability, then it's like I'm seen in a different lens.
Yeah.
But if I don't, then it's like I'm on my own, So I'll be honest, I've definitely checked the box and I've left the box blank because I've had very positive experiences and absolutely terrible ones. And I have felt marginalized. And it's not just in the working world. It's been since birth. I have a twin sister who's of typical development. I have an older brother who's of typical development. So I've felt very marginalized. Sometimes I didn't catch it, but when I look back and like other people tell me, like, did you know that just happened? Like, I think certain social situations I don't recognize. And I think that's due to my disability. So yeah, I think inadvertently I have been marginalized. Yes.
I ask you the question, and I ask everyone that question that comes here because we serve marginalized groups, people from marginalized groups, right? And we don't marginalize ourselves, right? So it's not that I define myself as marginalized, right? As you said, I have been in situations where I've been marginalized or I felt like I was being marginalized, right? Or even others tell you were being marginalized and you didn't pick up on the cue. So I ask because the outside person, whether they're the employer, the friend, whoever, right? They hold a lot of weight in whether or not we can sometimes get the job, get selected for the team or the band or whatever it is, right? And I love the fact that everyone who comes here says, yes, I was marginalized in some way, but in spite of that, I have still been able to be successful,
Yes.
because we have people in our group right now who may feel that they're marginalized by gender or race or a class or their income, sexual identification, or whatever it is, their thought, that I have different thoughts than people, or religion, and may feel that that has prevented them from excelling in life. And I want them to know that those things don't have to prevent us from excelling in life. And so thank you for sharing that with us. My next question is that I ask everyone, and I know you said you were 30 something, but I don't even care. What is
37.
37? Okay. So when you started out, someone was started out at 15, one of our presenters, so I can't say at 21. But when you started your career journey, what is it that you would have liked to know that you don't know now? So what would you tell Jacob? Some words of wisdom, something you learned, something to avoid for your personal professional development that you wouldn't mind sharing with us today?
First of all, I would smack myself upside the head. But no words are needed. No. But I would say like, I mean, not to get super cheesy, but there's a great quote from, I think it was the Dalai Lama, who said, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
All right.
Very much easier said than done, right? Because you get out of school, you get out of high school or whatever situation, and you just have to work, right? You have to pay bills or whatever the case may be. But what I would go back and tell myself is like, yeah, you want to live on your own? Great, get a job. But while you're getting that job, focus on like your light, your fire.
Yeah.
Right? Easier said than done. I mean, it took me decades, but now I'm starting to realize like, and you'll see when you find that fire, like that just lights you up, you don't get tired when you're doing what you love.
Yep.
You don't. Like right now, I'm doing what I love. I love helping people. I'm giving. It's 9 o'clock. I'm not tired. I could do this for another couple hours, but I won't. But I'm just saying, like, I would tell myself to, like, not just the Dalai Lama quote, but like, do what you have to do in order to do what you want to do.
I love that.
I can't remember who said that, but yeah, very important. Like, you got to mix your needs with your wants.
I love it. All right. And so my final question is, it's a question, but what would you like to leave us with today? So if there's anything you want us to definitely take away from today, what is that?
I mean, find your light. You know, it sounds cheesy. Like that means a lot, but like find your thing. You know, like the future, nobody knows what the future is going to be like. Okay, nobody could have predicted a pandemic. I mean, maybe Bill Gates, but but my point is, everything is changing rapidly. So with all these industries that were hit so hard, you know, that can't go remote, okay, you have to think of it as the glass is half full. Now there's opportunities for a whole nother sector of work.
Yes.
Just remote. Okay, like the technical writer I popped up, there's thousands of opportunities, but you have to think in that lens. So don't always think of a catastrophe as a catastrophe. There's also opportunity.
I love it. I love it.
You have to, it's a mindset. A lot of it is mindset. So there's always going to be opportunity out there. Like, I love people that just say, I can't find a job. There's no jobs. Great. Then create one.
Yeah.
Create opportunity. It is out there. Build a team. Build your tribe. Find your people. And when I say that, I mean people in your niche. Yeah. Musicians, artists. You know, you got people that love to make cards. Find your tribe of card makers.
That's right? Funny. We have someone on this live right now on Facebook.
I read that thing. That's why I said it.
Yeah. Wow. I love this, Jacob. Yes. Very impressed with what you just said about creating opportunity that comes from Diana. I love this. And I thank you so much for being here with us this evening. Also, guys, I got to tell you personally, Jacob has two girls?
Two girls.
Two little girls, under 5, right?
2 and 5, yeah.
2 and 5. Okay, so he has 2 little girls, and that's why we're doing this at this time, so that we give, he had his time where his wife has the girls. But I love it. I just love the fact. I love everything about this, and then personally, I also tell you, I recommended that a very good friend, one of my oldest friends, contact Jacob about her business, and she's in real estate, and he was, because these LinkedIn algorithms are for real. Those of you on this live and on this Zoom, you didn't ask about these algorithms much. I thought you guys would ask those questions, but maybe you're gonna connect with Jacob and ask him about that, because when you master these algorithms, your whole world will change. Okay, so he helped her. He gave her great information and helped her grow her network for her real estate business, and for free, without saying, hey, I'm going to charge you this amount. And I really appreciate him for doing that, and I know he's going to be blessed immensely because of the way that he helps people. So please connect with Jacob. And again, thank you, Jacob, for spending this evening with us. And you're welcome to come back again and again and again, okay?
Appreciate it, Jeanette. It's very grateful for the opportunity.
All right, then. You have a good night.
All right, thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all for logging in. Bye-bye.